There has never been a king of the United States, but there have been times when Google would tell you at the very top of the page that there was. Their source? A joke headline on a Breitbart article from 2014. This isn't the only time something like this has happened. At various times, this Google First Answer box has told users that dinosaurs never existed, that God only loves Christians, and that all Republicans are Nazis.
According to debate.org, yes, Republicans equals Nazis.
So what are these featured search results, and why can they be so bad? Responses like this are called a featured snippet. They're part of what are called rich answers on Google, answers that are given special priority beyond the usual list of links. If you want to know the score of the latest Warriors game, or how to say thank you in Arabic, or check the weather in Guatemala City, with rich answers you don't actually have to click on any of the search results. Those answers are powered by what Google calls its knowledge graph, which is a database of related search information that was launched in 2012. But featured snippets are a different thing, even though they don't look that different. Knowledge graph information is limited to verified sources like Wikipedia and the CIA's World Factbook, but featured snippets can pull information from any third-party website. And that is where results can get tricky, as the Outline's Adrienne Jeffries has reported. For a while, when you asked Google why fire trucks are red, you got back a long Monty Python joke.
Right, stop that! Silly!
Snippet answers are usually from one of the top search results, but they don't have to be. Google places priority on how directly a statement answers a question, how many words it takes to do it, and whether or not it's presented in a simple list. Engagement factors like how often people visit a site and how long they spend on it also play a part. So when you ask a question like how to cook asparagus, the featured answer isn't the first answer, it's the 10th. But that site does format the answer in a simple bulleted list and answers the question directly. Google guesses which part of the page most directly answers your question and quotes that portion in the snippet box. Problem is, the snippets aren't always right. Users have asked questions like, is Obama planning a coup, or which presidents were in the Ku Klux Klan, and gotten back featured snippets from really bad parts of the internet. One thing we do know is that the sites in these featured snippets change a lot. Of the answers with snippets in January 2016, more than 55% either didn't have a featured snippet or featured a different URL just 6 months earlier. What that means is that Google has an automated process that decides whether or not to keep snippets based on how they perform. In addition to the user-reported feedback button, Google also has several thousand contractors who review search result pages on how well they answer questions. Rich answers make up a big part of Google's overall strategy. A group called Stone Temple Consulting conducted a study where they entered 1.4 million queries into Google, and they found that about 30% of questions returned answers that pulled from the knowledge graph or featured snippets. Featured snippets are a key part of what gives Google's voice search and Google Home an edge over other digital assistants. Danny Sullivan, who runs a blog called Search Engine Land, demonstrated this by asking both Google Home and Amazon Echo whether or not he could feed his guinea pig grapes.
Alexa, can guinea pigs eat grapes? Okay, Google, can guinea pigs eat grapes?
Sorry,
According to
I can't find the
Small
answer to the question.
But the important thing to remember when asking can guinea pigs eat grapes is that you should only feed the seedless kinds.
Amazon's device, which pulls answers from Bing, couldn't answer, but Google's could. The reason why? It's a featured snippet. So yes, these snippets can go wrong, and they're going to require a lot of algorithm policing from Google. But they're a key part of their strategy to provide answers that are useful and sound natural, so don't expect them to go away anytime soon. So Google is pretty good about fixing these mistakes when they've happened, but sometimes when they think they've fixed something, the answer is still actually wrong. After SearchEngineLand.com wrote about how ridiculous it was that Google was citing Breitbart as saying that Obama was the king of America, the snippet changed, and instead it cited SearchEngineLand.com. But it still said that Obama was the king of America.